Sukuna with Mahoraga's wheel. So not a lot of good panels or manga panels or like even fan arts of this. So I've kind of like combined two different ones, right? So Sukuna is kind of down in the bottom half, and then the wheel will be up here, and it's kind of that cool panel where he's kind of like looking up. So landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause, go to fast. His head is like down here, right? So we'll go top eyelid. Very basic, spiky. Top eyelid, bottom eyelid line, curves around. And there's like a tear duct in there. He's looking real menacing right up from the, up underneath his eyelid line here. Very small. And he's got like that bullseye sort of eye, so you can barely see like his pupil or anything. He looks real intense. And then there's a top eyelid line. And then some eyelid lines down there. His eyebrow just above, just like a check mark, going that way. You can thicken it up close to the nose. It's always darker on this side, like heavier, thicker even. And it's a manga drawn, so you know, you could be a bit looser than normal maybe. So it's like a nose line there. We'll do the other eyelid line, diagonal across. Boop. Bottom eyelid. And he does a tear duct. And then he's looking up real thin. He's got that bullseye sort of thing going on. Top eyelid line. Bottom eyelid lines, just little wrinkles sort of around here. Eyebrow. Check mark, kind of going back that way. Whoa. Why are you trying to escape? And then his eyebrow is always thick at the front, close to the nose. Bum, 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 bum. Do. Right, nose itself, kind of this sort of thing, and then a nostril in here, and then a nostril there. It's kind of different to their noses. And he's got a big smile on his bottom lip, very thin. And then chin, real square. So jaw comes up. And then up the side of his head. And then just above this line, we get a spike for his sideburn. And then his ear comes out from there. Got some ear lines inside. Easiest way, letter J. This letter J sort of shape. And then you can add a little bit extra if you want. Some people like to leave the J, but some animators, you know. That eye line's a bit thick. Yeah, I can change it later. Right, and then across his nose. And then all those extra eyes that he has. Right, and then we got sort of bird flying tattoos just here. It always reminds me of birds flying in the sky. And then the ones that come onto his chin. Little spikes there, the front, and then back. That connects to one of these ones up here. You can't see it because it goes around the side of his jaw. Hairline. So goes up and it starts to like spike. There. And then we got the diamond in the middle of the forehead with the sort of arms that like stick out the side of it. I'll color this black as well. Right, so Megumi hair spikes, very big, black, just spikes go all the way around, probably up to here. So they're kind of coming out from his ears to start. Okay, and you just go around. The spikes always kind of remind me of like shark fins, or it's a fairly classic anime manga hairstyle. It's probably the simplest one. And then there's like some textures just. There. Neck. White neck. Down that way. And then his white sort of collar comes down there. Around from the back. And then his black one. That way. Right, and then he's got a collar coming around his neck, under his chin. Maybe some neck muscles. Okay, so the wheel. The wheel is complicated. You know, it looks very precisely drawn. So So, no, so it's an ellipse, right? So there's an outer edge. So we'll try to do that first. So it's like here, and then it goes, that'll go around and it'll go to there. You could do it bigger. I just needed to make it a bit smaller to fit it in, you know? So it's like, that's like the inside part of it, and there is a little bit on the outside as well. But to get the general shape, we will do this. So we'll do an ellipse. And this is not easy. Right, and then it goes up this way. Okay, like that, right? And then there's another layer around this. There's a couple of ellipse lines. So there's like another section. Like there and here. And these connect together, but it gets kind of narrower down here. It gets like skinnier. You know, like this section. So it's wide here, and then it gets skinnier because it gives the illusion that it's like a bit further away from us. So it's like a bit of perspective. And then, so this side is more consistent in the sort of thickness level of things. Maybe a little bit narrower, but like not much. Right, so it's like a halo sort of thing at first. So there's an orb like in the middle, but there's all pipes going out of it. But I'll draw just the circle for it, and then you could erase anything that like shouldn't be visible, you know. So this has sticks coming out to each orb, right? So there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 7? No, 8. So you gotta draw circles, basically. So say like right out this side. So we've got like this one. And some of them have like little pieces of energy or fire coming off them. So one there, I'll leave the gap for where the stick goes in. You could draw a full circle, of course, if you wanted, if it's easier. I'll just put some spikes coming out of a couple of them. Right, 1, 2. Get another one here. There should be one behind his hair here somewhere. It's hard to see. Definitely one here anyway. And then one here.
Dad, when is Mommy coming back? When is Mommy coming back?
I don't know. I'm trying to record, so will you just go up to the kitchen? Okay, and then there, and then like one more here. Okay, so there's like sticks coming out of these, so we'll go. They eventually go all into this. So we'll do maybe the outside sections first. There's definitely another ball here somewhere. Right, and then in between all these we have an extra line for the wood of the wheel. And there's another bit inside as well. So we got to do the sticks going this way. I know I'm not saying much here, but there's not much to say. You're just trying to line everything up, you know. So you're just trying to connect all these. And I think there's more, like another curve in here. Yeah. There's like some energy coming off the wheel. Okay, Sukuna with Mahoraga's wheel. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.